Hello, guys. Okay, I'm gonna give everybody just a few minutes to find me here. Okay, I'm gonna get on here and share it myself. Okay. Okay. All right. It's kind of an impromptu live feed, but there was a lot of imperative information that I had gotten, so I would like to pass it on to you guys. As I have said in the past, any information that I get, you guys will get. So this is what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to share it to my groups first. Get all of my people on, and then as soon as it gets going, I will share it elsewhere. First of all, I apologize for the, missy bun, but it's Sunday and it's been a heck of a time the last couple of weeks at work, so I didn't take the time and blow out my hair and straighten it and all the other stuff that I usually do, so I apologize. But this is what you get. Okay. Got a good number of your own. Let me know when you're on. Say hello. Why so sad? I'm not sad, I'm just tired. It's been a long week at work and it's been a long weekend, so I was really meant to be resting, with everything going on at work, but I really didn't get a chance too much to rest, so I'm just tired. But I'm not sad. Thank you for asking. Okay, got quite a few on here. Okay. Okay. Narina's on. Hello from Western Australia. Hello. How's everybody doing down there with this? Okay. And I do like to check in with everybody during this. I haven't been able to get on. I've been really trying to, but as well as everywhere else in nursing world, we are all incredibly busy and all incredibly stressed, and I just have not had the time to get on and really check in. Yes, be safe, stay at home. Well, Ratesh, it's for some are able to stay home and enjoy being at home and, having the comforts of what they do have at home because of everybody panic buying. They don't really have to leave. But some of us that are nurses and doctors and all that, we have to be into work as usual, and work on the front lines of this. There's no chance at all for us to be at home. We still have to see patients, and patients need us. So we're in a sense on the front lines of this. Good morning, Marianne. Hello, Joyce. You didn't say hi, but it told me that you signed on. So like I said, this is such a stressful time for, well, everyone. To be honest with you, I would much rather be joining the ones to stay at home shelter in place order with everybody else But somebody's got to do the work. Somebody, nursing, of course, we have to be there. And I do enjoy my job. It's just incredibly insane right now. We're getting new orders every day that change from the day before, sometimes twice a day. And we have to roll with it. There isn't much we can do, just roll with it. Every morning we have a meeting, and that is how we're supposed to do things for that day. And later that day, it may change. And but I will say this: my company is very on top of keeping things straight, being very clear about what we are to do, being very clear that they are here to help us as well. They are very much taking care of the employees right now. Um, but you know what? They can only do so much. We're the ones out there doing the work, and we have to help them too. So, but they have done a very good job. I know this is everywhere, so I'm not saying my job is especially hard. It's just as hard as all the other nurses out there. But I do want you guys checking in with each other, offering support to each other. Everybody is in this together. Everybody is in this together. There's no nurse's job that's harder than the other. There's no doctor's job or first responder's job that's harder than the other right now. We are all the same. We are all doing the same thing. Okay, our enemy is invisible. We are fighting that invisible enemy. And the most we can do is protect ourselves, and in the long run, protecting ourselves protects others. Okay. Okay, and I hope that the ones that are at home are enjoying some nice time of self-reflecting. I feel like source has a reason for everything. So the ones that are at home, I think, in belief, I kind of validated this with my guides earlier. The ones that are able to be at home right now are the ones that are needing the most self-reflection time, okay? And the ones that are needing the most change, the most peace in their time right now, because that's what they need to be doing. If they're at home and they're not able to go anywhere, and they're at home with me, myself, and I, or their children, or what have you, or parents, or whatever the case is, they need to be looking inward, and they need to be doing their reflecting and meditating and self-healing. And the ones that are able to do that right now are the ones that needed it the most. Okay. And that doesn't mean that the nurses and the doctors and everybody else that didn't get to take advantage of that doesn't mean that they don't need to be doing their self-reflecting either. Of course not. We should all be doing that on a daily basis. Just remember the ones that are having to work, that they need to be doing or taking some time out of your day, mandatory, 10 to 15 minutes in the morning or 10 to 15 minutes at night or both, and just sitting down in meditation and reflecting. And I noticed lately that the guiding through my meditation from my guides has changed, because usually I would go into a meditation and with a subject in mind of what I needed to ask my guides, and then I would get my images that I had to piece together what my answer was, essentially, if you want to call it an answer. But as of lately, I was doing that, and it was like I was pushing too hard. I wasn't getting anything. So then I was asking about that. And then I was told I need to just not think about anything. I need to just let flow. I need to just let whatever come in. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's what I was looking for or not. It doesn't matter right now. I just need to sit down, close my eyes, relax, and watch or listen, whatever your gift is. I'm more clairvoyant. I see more things in my inner eye than I do now. That is backed up by my hearing, my clairaudience. Okay, yes, that is backed up. So in a sense, I would listen and watch, okay, for anything and everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever is coming in, let it come in. Okay, and that is what I need to be focusing on. And most of the time it's self-care. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing? Lead me to where I'm supposed to be learning right now, or lead me to what I believe that lesson is, okay? So that's changed for me, and it's just probably because of the added stress. Okay, I need to not be stressing so much on finding a solution to one problem. I need to that consciously, what I think the problem is, rather, subconsciously, my higher self already knows what I need to be working on. So that's what I need to be listening for, okay, or watching for. Oh, from Pakistan. Okay, I'm from the States. Okay, Oklahoma, Jennifer. Yes. And Marianne is watching from Southeast Georgia. Awesome. Okay. Well, cool. We are all over. Please share, you guys. Please share. Because I'm going to be getting into some much needed stuff. Much needed stuff. That you guys are going to, I'm more or less, I want to prepare you guys for something, okay? That's going to be coming up. And I just want to reiterate to the one, especially the ones that have followed me all this time, I have been saying there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen that seems very, very crazy, and I'm trying to prepare you guys for. I don't want you guys to be caught off guard. There's some things that are going to happen, okay, that are just going to be insane, and I want you guys to just have an idea of what to do. I've been talking about this for a while, okay? So it's no surprise that some of this stuff has come up, okay? And there's about to be a lot more crazy stuff. This is just the beginning. This is just, in a sense, more preparing us for what's going to happen, okay? There is so much more going on behind the scenes you wouldn't even believe. That if you knew right now, you wouldn't be even able to process it. Okay. It's time for a global spiritual healing so we can become connected to the universe as a whole. Just being grounded to the earth is not enough for the next phase. We must be sever the connection between us and everything in the universe. We must have compassion for all beings of life. Yes. Yes. I feel like we are living in the Twilight Zone. We kind of are. We kind of are. Because this whole transition phase is like a completely different frequency from what we were just even a couple of weeks ago. We're like in a completely different frequency. And this is like the transition, okay? We kind of are living in a different world. Okay. And I don't have to be psychic to say that. It's so hard for me to wrap my head around everything going on. Yes, and that's why I've been coming on the last couple of years, is because I know that people were going to have a hard time with this. But you can say that, I have been offering some information here and there about there was something that was going to happen. Now, I did not know that it was going to lead into something like this, but I knew there was something. And when I was asked, I've said it before, you guys know, I've asked my guides, what is it? And they just declined to say. And we weren't really meant to know. Okay. It's for us to find out as it happens, because if we were given all the answers, then we wouldn't do the work. Okay, if I told you 3 months ago that there was a virus that was going to turn into a pandemic, and there was going to be shelter-in-place orders for all 50 states of the United States, plus 150 other countries of the world, would you guys have believed me? Number one, would you have believed me? Number two, you already know what to prepare for. So the more we know the answers, the less we're going to do the work. Because at that time comes, we would just say, oh, we already knew this. It's cool. I prepared myself. No, you didn't prepare yourself. Because the right way to prepare is to do your inner work. Just completely do your internal healing of karma, not knowing 3 months from now what's going to be down the line, because then you'll do all the work that you need to do. If you were to do the work for the answer that you knew that it was going to be a virus, then you're going to do selective work and you're not going to do all the work that's needed. Does that make sense? That's like, you know, a teacher gives you all the answers to the test before the test, right? Your study guide is the test. Well, you memorize, right? You don't learn, you memorize. So, and there is a completely different thing than saying the answers and knowing the answers. Saying the answers, reciting them, does not embed them here. Okay, you don't learn them, you say them. That doesn't mean you learn them, you understand them. You need to understand the mechanics of how that is working and why that is the answer, and why is that there? Why was that lesson in there? Why did that situation happen? Why did we have to go through that? Okay, that's how you do your work. You don't recite the answers and then you pass the test. No, because whenever you do this, whenever we move on and do this ascension, okay, they're not going to care if you recite, the 100 rules of self-care and the 100 rules of loving another and 100 rules of, how to cleanse your light body. They don't care about if you recite it. They care about, and they, I mean, our guides and our angels and our extra interdimensional beings, that are helping us through this. They don't care if we can recite that. They care if we understand what it means. They care if they understand how we are to do that, what it means to us, what it means to ascend. Okay, how they care if we completely get it, we understand. On a soul level, do we get it, not just say it? I hope that makes sense. Okay, and I'm going to go back up because I got on a tangent and I'm missing some. Oh no, it's not showing me my comments. Okay. Now, where are you about to New York, Aaron? Are you upper or where are you at? You do like a test to see who is aware. Yeah. You wrote my own obituary. Aw. And I know, Jennifer, I know why. I know you've got some stuff going on. I hope you're self-isolating, I'm sure. I'm praying for you, hun. No volume. Oh no. These people are pushed to heal the darkness within themselves and don't even realize it yet. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I knew what's going on. I was doing deep inner work in intense. I was able to change the atmosphere into a kind of frequency, cleaning the shit out of God's world. God's kids are alright. Yes. 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 Yeah, and was it Marianne that said it? Yeah, Marianne said it. So, yeah, many people completely, absolutely 100%. Many people are being forced and pushed into doing their own shadow work, okay? Because when something like this happens to one person, say they're made to take a leave for 2 weeks from work because, say, they've been sick and the boss says, you know what, you've been sick, go home for a few weeks, feel better, come back whenever you feel better. And they're like, son of a bitch, I don't know what to do. So they go home, they rest, they do a lot of self-care stuff, and they mosey about the house and around the house and do outside work, and they don't even realize when they're doing that, they're doing their shadow work. Because I can't tell you, how many days, times, hours that I'm doing cleaning around my house or doing laundry, and guess what? I'm in here working shit out. Okay, you guys can't argue with that, can you? This is what's going on. And then when people are at home with their kids for 2 weeks and they're actually playing with their kids and not their phones, or they're, you know, understanding what their favorite TV shows and movies are, okay, instead of watching the damn fake news, then they're doing their shadow work. They're finding out about themselves, okay? And then whenever they don't have that stress of work and I got to do this and that and this and that or whatever, or this is down my back or that's down my back, they don't have that shit to worry about. So then all this stuff comes in for them to heal. And I'm telling you, whenever you're having a random memory of anything, those random memories are the shit you're supposed to be healing, okay? They're not coming in for randomness, no reason, because it just so happened you saw a blue shoe, somebody had blue shoes on, and it reminded you of the blue shoes from your Nana that was a horrible witch, okay? Connect the dots. All right, you need to heal that negative karma that you had with your Nana. Apparently, maybe she was abusive or verbally abusive or whatever the case may be. That is why that memory, that those blue shoes sparked that memory. You're needed to go in and heal that. All right, forgive Nana, forgive yourself. Okay, forgive yourself for so maybe you threw a book at her because she was mean to you. Forgive yourself for that. Forgive your Nana for being mean. Okay? The more you forgive yourself too, and that's the hardest thing to do is forgiving yourself. Everybody, humanity, just humanity in general has a hard time with that, me included. Yeah, it is. But it opens up worlds. You don't have to hold on to those feelings anymore. The same with forgiving the other person. You don't have to, it's not for them. They might not deserve it. Okay? But you don't have to hold on to those feelings anymore. They're gone. Free up for peace. Free up for love. Free up for self respect and understanding. Okay? Absolutely. Okay. I'm an hour north of New York City. Orange County, there's about 2,000 cases in my county. Ouch. I just looked earlier and there's only 16 in my county, thank goodness, but that's 16 more than I'd like. I was told to stay at home until Monday, so I've been home since Wednesday, and it's been horrible for my depression, I know. But at least you have your boy there with you, don't you? Because he should be out of school. Yes, actually having time to think your own thoughts and being a part of the family and interacting with sugar trends of regrets that they have must forgive themselves for. Absolutely. Clear that runway, you got it. Make room for what's next to come. Absolutely. Yes, you guys are awesome. And share again, guys. Share, share, share. Because this is all free. And I really want a lot of people in here because this is free information. And I want people to heal. That's what I want, especially right now when they have the chance. This is like the golden opportunity to heal anything and everything. And this is exactly why it's happening. Okay, I know that yes, the virus is not fake. Yes, there really is a virus going on. I'm not one of those that just are saying that it's completely fake and no, it is real, unfortunately. Don't want it to be, but it is. But there are several underlying reasons why it is happening, okay? It is also partly in cover for something else as well. And I'll go into that. I'm trying to get one of my guides to come in because that way she can explain it just as much, or much better than I can. Okay. trying to tag somebody. There we go. Okay, sorry guys, I was trying to tag somebody. Okay. Feel free to ask questions, as time goes on. I'm more than happy to answer them, hon. Yeah, anything at all. I have heard, coming from multiple sources and my guides, and it was actually validated from the other sources it was validated from the other sources, the information that I got in a meditation. My clairvoyance has, oh my gosh, taken off tenfold. And there for a while, even me, yes, I have advanced if you want to call them gifts, to a certain point, and they are advanced, but good Lord, I can be sitting reading something, I'm reading something, and then all of a sudden I will shift, and I've got my eyes open, mind you. It used to be that I've had to close my eyes. And I'm thinking about something, my guides will come in. Mind you, I've got my eyes open, I'm reading a screen or a book or something. And then I will shift into a whole nother scene in my consciousness. And it's like it's also something that I'm reading. It's like a book out of a page out of a book, and it's got writing on it. And it's like somebody's writing real time and giving me words, giving me information. And then, but the thing of it is I don't even realize that I have shifted over to that until I come out of it and realize that I'm still reading the book. Like, that is where my clairvoyance is going right now. It's just insane. Now, I am working on, because sadly I don't always remember all the writing. It's really sad because I know it's pertinent information right now. But I know that there's a reason why I don't remember a lot of it, is because I still have work to do personally, spiritually, of course. We all do. But it's getting better. I'm remembering a lot of it. A lot more than I used to. It used to be I'd get a glimpse and then I'd forget everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you, dangle that, whatever, whatever you like in front of your face, and then snatch it away again. Oh my goodness. But it's getting so much better. I think I'm about remembering a quarter of it, so it's getting there. But never in my life did I think that it would advance that far, to where I'm getting information and I don't even realize that I've shifted it until I come back. And it's only for seconds at a time. It's not for like minutes. I'm like not walking around the street or driving and it's happening. I'm sitting down, I'm calm, I'm quiet for a second, and then I'm flipped back. So thank goodness, and the thing is that they're not going to allow it to happen while I'm driving. They're not going to allow it to happen when I'm doing anything like walking down a busy street, or it's just not going to happen that way. They know when I'm sitting down, they know whenever I'm in the shower, they know whenever I'm in bed reading, or they know this. So it's going to be safe. Lots of folks are quoting revelations on this virus. Yes. I tell Jake, forgiveness is for us, not for the person. Hate is poison in our souls. You are so right. I shared those to some spiritual groups. Thank you very, very much. You're the author. You're getting the information from your guides. Absolutely. Yes, and I try to gather as much of this information that I get in those circumstances, and write them down in my notes, my iPad notes, and then these are what I've been putting on my YouTube channel as channeling sessions. So watch for those. So the YouTube channel is the Healing Oracle 1111, and watch for those channeling sessions. I'm working on another one right now, There's some more stuff that keeps coming through in blips that I've been writing down, because I gather them up, piece them together, and then I create one, video's worth of this channeled information. Mm. And usually I group it with what's related. Okay, so I'm not just all over the place. I don't want to have one sentence in one subject and then the next sentence is completely something else. No, it's meant to be pieced together for me to put it together. Okay, they send it through me. I'm the processor. I write it down and then I put it together for you guys. It's not for me. It's not for me. The information that's coming through in those episodes, it's not for me. It's for you guys. Okay, so I'm getting that all together as much as I can. If you haven't yet, there is a YouTube channel that I did a while back on the YouTube channel, the Healing Oracle 1111, on the star people, the star groups. And it is, let me see what it's called here. I forget the name of it. I think it's a galactic history of humanity. Let me see here. The story of humanity's galactic heritage, our place in the stars. Okay. Which, what it does is it goes through, the origins of humanity, as well as there's the star races. So you're talking, the Pleiadians, the Lyrians, the Arcturians, which is my star family. The Vegans, which is from the star Vega, and then you have you'll just have to watch it, and it goes through what each look like, or each one may look like, represented by some of the shapes of their ships, what dimension that they're primarily from, because you guys know I do not call them extraterrestrials. I call them extra dimensionals because that's what they are. Okay, they don't come through, hundreds of thousands of light years away from this dimension. They they come through portals and that from fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and even eighth dimension into Earth. Okay, and their technology far exceeds what we can even fathom or wrap our brains around, and so why they get here so fast. And I tell you what, I'll go through my story, my experience again about they took me up, the Arcturians, and then there were some Lyrans there, and they showed me how they seeded Earth. So I'll run through that again because I've been thinking about that experience a lot lately because it was insane. And I said the last video I repeated, I've been doing this for like 2 years. And I will say it again, I have not read any Dolores Cannon books at all. I knew who she was. I thought she was a speaker. I had no idea she wrote books, and I had no idea what the names were. First of all, like I said, I had no idea she wrote books. Okay, I thought she was just a speaker. Um, in those books, she was talking about the waves of volunteers, and I was giving this information from my guides, and I was up here channeling, talking to you guys about 2 years ago, 2 years ago. And then later on, I don't know when I first described this experience that I had, because I know it was last summer that I had it. I was taken up, and they were showing me their technology and how they used it to seed the planet. Okay. This also was a story written in one of Dolores Cannon books. And I can't remember the name of that one, but I did read it, and I was just, my mouth was like on the floor the whole time because I'm like, that's my experience. Apparently, this gentleman that she was doing this hypnotic session with, he was explaining this experience about how he was taken up, and how he was shown how the earth was seated. So would you guys like to hear that story? Would you guys like to hear that experience? I would love to share that experience again. I know some of you have already heard it, but I think it's important right now. You are doing the inserts. You are giving inserts of the story during live such as right now, and highlights of the story is yet to be told. So you may feel like you aren't recalling the info, but your higher self is storage space, and yes, because self knows best from where coming. This information has always been downloaded to our internal drives. Absolutely, yes, you are right. I know the information is there, and I know I saw it all. Absolutely. And usually, if it doesn't come through for me to remember straight away, then sometime later, I call it, it gets unzipped because I feel like it goes into a zip drive in my subconscious, my consciousness. And I always say, it takes something triggering to get it unzipped, and then sometimes randomly it'll unzip on me, and then I remember the information. Absolutely. The higher self remembers everything. Everything. Yes. Okay. Cheers some more. Okay, let me get back in here because I feel like I can read the comments. Again, Wage, yeah, it's good to see you. Okay. I try not to share too much to some certain groups. I know certain groups don't necessarily like to have live feeds, so I will try to be respectful with that. Okay. I know the main Lightworker group, Lightworkers of the World, they do not allow live feeds. I know that because I'm an admin there, and I'm always removing live feeds. It's because there's just so many people that, if shared, then they would just get overrun, and that's understandable. Nobody likes that, okay? Okay, so I would like to go into my experience again where I was taken up and I was shown how Earth was seated. So I remember this experience by a dream. That is how I remember it. Not so sure it was a dream at all. Okay, because that's a lot of times how we remember these experiences where we were taken up either physically or astrally and allowed to come on board a starship and spend time with our guides. We go exploring. They show us. We get tours for here and there. I remember one time they toured. They allowed me to come, and I remember one of the whole sides of the ship was like clear glass, and so it was like one big window, the whole side of the ship. And I was facing this way talking to somebody, probably one of my guides, and then I turn over here, look out the window, and it's just this gorgeous blue and green planet, and just absolutely gorgeous. It wasn't Earth, but it was similar colors, very similar colors, more exotic blue, more exotic green. Just gorgeous. And I remember just tears flowing down my face, because it was just so serene, so beautiful. And, and, and it made me even more tearful whenever I look back and I asked my guides, which planet is that? And they said, well, that's what Earth could look like. So it just really kind of broke my heart that that's what Earth could look like, and yet we have all this dirty, radiation that we've created, and, harsh metal, nuclear waste, and reactors, and it just really broke my heart. But I do believe that it looked like that at one time, and I do believe that it will look like that again. And this is the reason why we are all here, okay, to move ourselves and our consciousness and the future of humanity into that direction so that we can get Mother Earth back to her original form, okay? So work with us as much as you work with yourself, and together we should get through this. Okay. So, my initial experience was that I was brought up either physically or astrally. I have yet to figure that out, which it doesn't really matter because I remember it. So, at first, I was astral flying through the universe, I guess. I think I was originally in the solar system at first. And one of my guides was with me, and I believe now it to be one of my Lyran guides, because she has become so prominent, and her name is Mayala. Mayala. It took me a while to learn how to pronounce that. Mayala. Very beautiful. She's a very shy, reserved feline Lyrian. Very beautiful lavender color. And she's flying with me, and she's like facing this way so I can see her and I would feel safe, I guess, because we were just flying so, I remember flying so fast that, like, you know, the planets and the stars were just like whizzing by, like I was going that fast. And we slowed down to where it was more like a stroll, I guess, because then I was able to like get a good glimpse at the planets and the colors of the planets. And then it's when I realized that we weren't in our solar system anymore. We were in some other kind of solar system because it wasn't our colors that we would perceive of Saturn and Jupiter. But you also got to remember what we're seeing from NASA is not correct, okay? They don't show us the right visual colors of what the planets are, because Venus is not a desolate, brown, dead planet. I have a big Mandela effect about Venus because when I was in grade school, they were showing us pictures of Venus being blue with white clouds, just like Earth. Maybe not land. All I remember was white clouds and, you know, blue and white clouds. That was it. So beautiful. But anyway, so I guess it very well could have been ours. But actually, we weren't, because then I remember we like stopped, me and her, like looking face to face, and we're just kind of floating there, and we're looking all around at these very, very beautiful, you know, tropical color planets, and I could see wind moving, clouds moving, and it was just gorgeous. And I could see the energy around them too, you know, as well. So I could see like bluey green energy just floating around the planets and then around the space that we were in. It was just gorgeous. And like, you know, have you seen like those lava lamps kind of, or like the electric lava lamps that flow like this? That's kind of like what it was. And then I was approached by entities, beings that I couldn't particularly see. All I could see were like light balls like this, and each one of them was a different light. And they were calling themselves the Rays, and that the Rays were going to be doing some work on Earth. And they didn't exactly tell me how they were going to be doing work on Earth, but I knew it was very good. I'll share to you a group I admin. Okay, cool. But I knew it was very good because the only thing that I, you know, received the hints of and improvised, I guess, off of these entities were love and compassion and grace and peace. So I don't know if this is how they are helping the planet. Are they surrounding certain people with this love, just being present by them? Because I think that's all it would take, is just for them to be present by them, just to go into a room where they are. They don't even have to really, you know, cover them. They just be in the room where they are, because this high of a dimensional being, this high of a frequency, all you need to do is just be present. against somebody, and you don't have to, smother them or hug them, or, it doesn't take that. If you're up that frequency, you just need to be there. Okay. So I speak with them a bit more, still getting my memories back from that. Okay. But they're called the rays. Okay. And then I'm looking at my guide face to face here, and I say, okay, are we going back now? So she says yes. So I look up, and we're like, in the middle of space here, Okay, so how do we get back? And she says, well, you might want to look up, because this is the best part. She's like, don't look down, look up. This is the best part. So then and I remember being so reluctant to go to, because I knew I was going to shoot up, and everything was going to loop past me in light speed. So I look up at first, okay, and then we just shot up, and I could see everything just move past, a lot like on Star Trek, only colors, not just white light, white stars. It was all colors and stuff. And I remember being scared. I remember thinking, oh no, what if we don't get back to the right solar system? I remember thinking that. And then it was like these giant entities, consciousness, and they were, in my perception, they were giant heads, but I guess they called themselves the Council, and they were surrounding Earth. I could see, it was like a map in my head. It was like a map in my mind, and I can see Earth, and I can see these entities that they called the Council surrounding the Earth, and all I could see were their heads, though. But their heads were as big as the Earth, because they were trying to show me that they were there. And they said, you don't have to worry about that. Anywhere that you need to get, we're gonna make sure you get there. You have nothing to worry about. Okay. So we get there, of course, and I don't know if I would have thought any different. But so we get there, and I didn't go home. I didn't go back to my bed. I didn't go back to Earth. But when we got there, there was a ship waiting for us, and I guess it was their ship. But I go in, and I'm standing in front of a, if I were to call it a computer screen. Now, think of this. I'll go get somebody from the 1950s, okay, or 40s, 50s, and bring them into my home and sit them down right here. And right here, they're looking at my iPad, my cell phone, my TV. It's right behind here, okay? That's what you're seeing the reflection of. Now, they don't know how to describe that. They have no idea what that is. They're going to tell me it's like a picture that's moving picture. It's a picture that moves. How did you do that? They've seen a picture before, but they've never seen a TV screen that moves, Well, I guess they did have TV screens in the 50s. Okay, so take 1930s. There we go. So 1930s. They have no idea what in the world they're looking at. Okay, so that was me when I was looking at this technology. I can tell you that I can describe it and compare it to my TV or monitor, whatever. It's completely opaque. It's completely see-through. It's like glass, okay? And then you can see the items of what you're wanting to look at, like your pop-up windows, in the glass. So otherwise it's clear. You turn it off and it's completely clear. It's like a window. Okay. But you turn it on, and then you open your programs that you're needing to, and the little information comes up in a box here. Okay. So that's what it looked like. Do you know what is about to happen on Earth when people are going to die? Will there be a positive change? Yeah, I will get there. Absolutely. I will get there. And so they were showing me exactly how they seeded Earth. So what they were doing was, and there were more than one group, okay, there were more than one star group, there were probably approximately maybe 20 star groups, give or take. I didn't get the exact number, but I could see, like, at the top, like, there was each specific star group at the top, and then you could, touch one star group, and then it would give all the programs that they were involved in. Okay, and then you touch another star group, and then that would give um, exactly how many, you know, programs they were involved in. Some of them were overlapping because some of them are working on, like, more than one together. So, and then some not. So, and not everybody's working on the same one together either. And some are working on them all by themselves. I don't know. But, so what they were doing is they saw a planet that had no life, that was presumable and perfect for life. Okay, it had greenery, it had water. They did assist in, I do believe, removing some of the carbon dioxide that was here because it was a little too warm, and plus it didn't need that all that carbon dioxide. So they did assist in taking out some of that. Don't know how. They have, again, that's like somebody in the 1930s, looking at a TV screen. So, and I'm going to, again, use fish as an example because it's easy rather than making an example of a human that's so complicated. So you have a fish from another world, okay, from one of these 20-ish groups of star people. Okay, you take a fish, all right, you have the genetic material, right? Okay, you create the fish, you drop it in an ocean, or two fish. You drop it in an ocean, see how they spawn. Now, at this point, they're not just gonna sit on the beach and, like, okay, what does the fish do? Okay, let's see, let's wait, 9 months sitting here until it spawns. And no, their technology allows them to monitor remotely, okay, from the ship, okay, and they're monitoring how the genes respond to being in that ocean. They're monitoring, does the fish come down with any genetic abnormalities from being in that ocean or atmosphere. They're monitoring all of this. And actually, what they really do is, the way that time works, they have the ability to go through a portal and then come back, like, say, 1,000 years later to see how it's doing, while it's monitoring in that thousands of years for any major problems. Because if they were in their loop of 1,000 years traveling and there was a major issue, they would come back to whatever year that's happening in. But it's like a built-in protocol or something like that. So anyway, they go through a portal, they want to come back 1,000 more years to see how it's doing. How is this fish doing? How is this fish reproduced? How many are there now? What's the genetic material like now? Has it adjusted to its environment, the water? Has it evolved any in this 1,000 years? Of course, probably not in one single 1,000 years at all, but you just never know. If the water is more acidic than what it was genetically designed for, then the fish is going to adjust and evolve down the generations to that more acidic environment, or more alkaline. Okay, so so that's the fish. All right, so then they check everything out. Okay, they abduct the fish. All right, they do their testing, they throw the fish bag. All right, at that time, they can choose, do I add any different kinds of fish species to this? So they might take a couple more species of that fish and then put them in the same ocean and see how they interact, and, yada yada. They may start some species on the land. How does the species do on the land? All right, and then they go through a portal, come back 10,000 years later, or whatever. I'm just using examples, guys. Okay. How are these species doing in the water? Or have there been any evolution? Adjustments? What's the genetic like? All right. How are these doing on the land? What's the genetic like? Has there been any abnormalities? Okay, check it out, whatever. Go again, come back around so many years later, right? Okay, and then I was told that if life on Earth, and this is not talking about us humans, would have evolved as normal down the years, millions of years, humans would not have come about. If life were to evolve naturally, without interference, if it were to, without that kind of interference, humans would never be here. They would not have evolved. Okay. So right now, I want you to take, and I am not pushing my beliefs on you. I am not telling you you have to believe this or else. This is the message that I have gotten multiple times and validated multiple times. Okay. I want you to take our science community and I want you to take religious communities and put them together. Okay, because that's the way it happened. Yes, there was evolution. Yes, there was creation. Okay? Because that's exactly what I'm describing, is it not? Okay? Because evolution did happen, but our source, our God, our God's helpers had something to do with it. Correct? They are the ones that came about and said, this mammal that has evolved now is more than capable of holding a spirit. Okay? This mammal is more than capable of encapsulating and working with a spirit. Okay, so then a spirit was encapsulated in the mammal we know as the ape, okay? Or whatever the last, what was it, Cro-Magnon? But then there were still some inferiorities there, okay? And then still there needed to be tweaking and more tweaking and more tweaking with that to create what we know as the common man. And this was over because because again, like I said, they check on what's going on and then they come back around later to see what's going on and they take out any dangerous DNA that's been added or things that are harming us, okay? And then they return. Well, guess what's happened? Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? They're back around now, and we're actually much more consciously evolved than what they had actually planned right now. And we've actually been here before. Okay, the last time that there has been interaction on Earth was during the Egyptian period, and then before that, the Atlantean period. A lot of the survivors from the Atlantean catastrophe migrated over to Egypt. The Egyptians are direct descendants from the Atlantean survivors, okay? And just so you guys know, Mayalaya is the one that's mostly speaking right now, okay? If I come in, I'll let you know. Because I'm really actually trying to hold back that information, but I can't. I'm trying to hold back on that, but she's, getting it out there. Apparently it's time to know, okay? Apparently it's time to know. Please, guys, if you have any questions, please ask, because if she's here right now, then she has a much better answer than I ever would. So please, by all means, get your questions in about spirituality. I'm not going to do It's not a reading question, but anything that's been bugging you about consciousness, vibrations, energy, healings, crystal singing, channeling, anything like that. Okay. Um, okay. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry guys. Whoops. I missed it. They is the extra dimensional beings. In the Bible, you would think of them as the angels. Okay, that's who the angels are. The extra dimensional beings. Some people call them extraterrestrial beings. Okay, because I call them extra dimensionals because they are from higher dimensions. They're from fifth and sixth and seventh. The ones that are doing these creation experiments are generally from sixth and seventh. Is the world going to be okay? The world is going to be okay. And as I said in the last live feed, that I was told that this virus is going to probably just abruptly end and is going to leave scientists very, very oddly confused. Okay. But this was my experience in my guides telling me how the earth was created and how life was created on earth. And they're doing this with other planets too that could sustain life. If they stumble upon a planet that's very possibly able to sustain life, then it will do that with this planet, okay? Our planet is unusual to an extent, but it's not unusual that it's the only one that has life on it, okay? It is unusual in a way, in a sense that it has more variety of creatures, variety of life on it, such as look at all the species of animals we have, look at all the species of fish, okay, and mammals, and um, um, you know, well, yeah, that's about it. Even fauna and flora and trees and ocean and anything in the ocean. We are so full of life here. We're like a complete, beautiful, cosmic garden. Okay, beautiful. Strange question, but it's just like a cleansing. I know it sounds awful, but I couldn't find the right word. It is in a sense. Yes, it is in a sense. And I don't like to go there either. I know what you mean. But I mean, I understand what you mean, and I want to answer yes, but no, because I just hate to go there. Um, but so just listen really quick. Okay. I will start off by saying, and you can hate me or not hate me, or call me a liar or whatever, but this information is just, I'm just a messenger. I understand this virus to be man manipulated. I'm not gonna say made because I feel like they took a virus that was already here. Okay, because you can do your research. It's already been here. It was discovered in 2018. Actually, I don't know why they're calling it 19 because you can track the research. And they took a virus that was already here and they manipulated it to one, spread faster, and two, be more harmful. So there's evidence that between Chinese man and a Chinese woman, that a Chinese man is 80% more likely to become very ill from it than a Chinese woman at 20%. Okay? And this is very ill, not a little bit ill or death, okay? I'm talking 80% more likely a Chinese man, to become ill from it than a Chinese woman. Okay, any kind of virus, if you're in the medical field, you've taken microbiology, any kind of virus, there are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're like attaching points. What's the word? Come on, nurses. Okay, hold on. This is gonna drive me nuts because it's on the darn tip of my tongue and I don't know it. See if Eddie knows it. Okay. I'll look it up. Well, okay. We have... That's okay, I don't want to take up the whole time trying to look that. Oh well. There are specific points in our bodies that viruses attach to. It's their specific point on the cells, okay? And there's a specific microbiological word for it, and I just can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. But everybody has it, and every virus has a certain point that it likes to attach to the cell, okay? Why is it that, and it has to do with our DNA, okay? Why is it that in any given virus, one specific type of person is more designed to get it? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense at all. That has to be almost programmed to do so, correct? Okay, there's no other way that that would happen. If a virus is out there, it's just out there. Anybody can get it. You know, there's no picking one race or picking one person, one age group. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Remember tuberculosis? Everybody got it. Malaria, everybody gets it. Right? Zika, everybody gets it. Now, in most viruses, some people are affected by it a little bit differently, you know, as opposed to the severity, yes, because of immune system response. My immune system is different than my significant others. My immune system is different from my kids. So, therefore, my immune system is going to react differently to each and everything that they get, or they're going to react differently, vice versa. Okay, you get the point. There's no reason why it should affect one specific, you know, a genre of a person than any other. That has to be programmed to do that. You guys get it, okay? The RNA, no, darn it. Receptor sites. Oh my gosh, yeah, receptors. So, I'm sorry. It's been a long week and a long weekend, and it's midnight where I'm at. So receptor sites is what they are. So these virus receptor sites are, you know, they're attaching to these receptor sites on Chinese men more than they are anything. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, when it comes to over here, they have not found, and well, I think there was 1 or 2 cases now because they're immunocompromised already. No child under 13 has gotten this thing, with the exception of 1 or 2 that were very, very ill already. No child under 13. Viruses don't do that. They pick anybody and everything, and they attach to that receptor site. Doesn't matter who or what or where or when you are, okay? Is there something we can do to help prevent us from getting it? Yeah, as far as that, I mean, practicing your social distancing, I do agree with. I think that is an effective way. Washing your hands using hand sanitizer, but what they probably haven't told the general public is that it has to be 70% isopropyl alcohol on either your hand sanitizer or your sandy wipes that you're using, or your soap, or whatever whatever it is that you're using, it has to be with 70% isopropyl alcohol. Rubbing alcohol you can buy in either, I think, 40, 50, or 70, or 90, I think. I know we've got some 90 at the house, but that was hard to come by. The higher the better. Above 70, the higher the better. Okay. Vitamin C is very good, so you want to stock up on that. Vitamin C is really good about, helping out your immune system. B complex is very good. Let's see. Just hydration. I've heard that hydration is very good. It is good alone, but if you do come in contact with it, it just washes it down. It washes it away. It doesn't like water. Let me think here. I'm trying to listen to my guides too. Just making sure, like at Walmart, I went to Walmart earlier and they had sandy wipes waiting at the cart check-in, so I just like soft that puppy down and just make sure that you're cleaning your surfaces. We don't know. It's the problem is that right now they say that they're not aware if it's transmitted on hard surfaces or not. So chances are that tells me that it is, and that you need to be sanitizing any kind of surface that you're going to be coming in contact, or your kids, okay? Zinc is a good one. Zinc is actually one of the ones that they've added to part of this possible treatment. Elderberry is fine. Okay, are people that O positive or less likely to get that? I have not heard that personally. However, you know what? If you've heard it, at least it wasn't from the if it wasn't from the mainstream media, then it could be correct. Okay. 9 with asthma, I'm 32 with asthma, and am I immunocompromised? Not particularly. Immunocompromised, I think of as people that have been sick for a while. Asthma if it's controlled, then you probably are okay, hun. If you control your asthma very good without having attacks every day or whatnot, then you're probably okay. Maybe get a dose of steroids on hand, have on handy from your doctor just in case, because that would kind of help work, make sure that would kind of strengthen the lungs a little bit. I'm taking C and D vitamins along with elderberry and B12. Okay. And that probably helps you up. Oh yeah, that probably helps you. Very good. Okay. Now, I want to go into, again, people with the questions. That's fine. I am going to change subjects of what I wanted to cover really quick here. The main reason why I got on tonight is because I'm hearing from multiple sources. And my guides, I have always told you, well, number one, the first thing I want to tell you, do not listen to what the mainstream media is telling you at all. In fact, if the mainstream media is saying it, it's probably the other way around, okay? Mainstream media is a no-no. If you want to listen to it, fine, but take the other thing and take the opposite thing and go with that. Whatever they're saying now, don't listen to it. Don't listen to it, okay? All right. They are giving you completely false information. It's fear-based. They want you scared. They want you running to grab toilet paper. They want you just, locking yourselves in your home with guns and hoarding your toilet paper. And no. And they make it sound like you can just walk by in the breeze of this virus and get it. And, no. Take what the mainstream media is telling you and go with the opposite, okay? Yes, mass manipulation. You got it. It's fear-based. They're causing fear. How many times have I told you? It's not about what they're showing. It's about who's watching. How many people are watching. They're trying to sway the consciousness of this planet in a fear-based reality. Because the more people that are creating fear, we're going to end up on that fear timeline. So don't even go there. The way that we enter that beautiful earth that I saw, that's waiting for us. We don't get there by living in this fear-based reality the mainstream media is trying to cause, okay? We get there by doing our inner work and our shadow work and our love and our compassion and our understanding towards others and our mind of rationality. We do not get there by fear-based, okay? And this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to push that on us. Quit. So take it with a grain of salt. Listen to it if you want to stay informed, but you're not getting the right information to stay informed anyway. Okay? In fact, take the opposite. If you want, get on Twitter. I'd have to read you my Twitter account number. If you're on Twitter, follow me and I'll get you the right people to follow that has the right information. So let me give you my Twitter. Follow me. I don't have much on here. I only stay on here to get with the right people and stay informed. So my Twitter account is at Trish, TRISH, followed by the numbers 978722852. Okay, I'll say it again. It's at TRISH 978722852. That's my Twitter account. Get with me, and I will get you to the right information that you need to know to be informed during this whole thing, okay? Alright. Okay, and I also share my channeling stuff to there as well, so, okay. That way you stay informed with the right info and you're not mass manipulated there. You've seen that, Earth too. Yeah. And the most important thing that we can do during this whole thing is just stay calm. Okay? I have asked for intergalactic help here and we are getting it. Okay? There is only a certain amount of interference that they can do, though, unfortunately, and some of this is meant to happen. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Some of this is meant to happen, unfortunately. But yes, it is in a sense a cleansing that, and I don't want to say these people had karma that caused this because it's just not part of it. Okay. It's a needed must to pull the weeds right before harvest. Okay. But the most important thing that we can do is just to stay calm and go with it day by day. Understand that all is what it's supposed to be. All is well. It'll all be over. Trish warned me that this was going to happen, okay? Did I not? There is another thing that I want to discuss, and it's another FYI, okay? I don't want to say warning because to me, warning sounds so fear-based. I just want to give you a heads up. Have you remembered me speaking multiple times about the 3 days of darkness that my guides keep talking about? Okay, well, I think we're on the verge of that. Okay. I think we're on the verge of that. And I think it is now, my guides, again, they're so cryptic, they never come out and just say it. So this is my understanding of it. I get what they tell me in feelings, and I have to interpret it. And I will start off by saying that, no, I'm not always right, and you guys know that, and I'll be the first to admit it. Not every psychic is 100% right, I'll tell you that much. Okay, nobody. Whoever claims to be is complete bullshit. Anyway, the 3 days of darkness that I've always talked about. I've been saying something about it for a long time now. I think we're right around the corner. And I think what it is, it's nothing I really expected before. I guess I was thinking of like total literal darkness. I think it's going to be our grid. I think our telephones are going to go down. I think our internet, our TV is going to go down for 3 days here. Um, and this is my interpretation of it because I was pondering and I was trying to do a meditation on this 3 days of darkness because it's been a while since I had heard anything, and I figured, no, with everything going on right now, I'm going to try to ask my guides, is this going to happen now? Is this lining up for something like that? So I go into this meditation and I'm seeing the words 3 days of darkness, and then I see mental picture of a cell phone, a computer, and a landline phone. Okay, so all right. So my assumption being that, you know, the cell phones, the anything antenna, anything satellite is going to go down, basically. Um, but it's going to be for a very good reason. It's going to be for a very good reason, and that reason is that there are going to be many, 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 many negative, evil, nasty, perverted, gross, yucky, black, ugly people, ugly hearted people that will be arrested during this time, gathered up. And we're not meant to be out there. It's a safety issue. So if this does happen, know that this is probably what's going on. Now, that is my absolute love and hope because this has been coming down for a long time. A long time. It's a long time in the works. So, yes, this is partly my hope, but this is partly, you know, my assumptions from the messages that my guides were showing me. So, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I am in the running to believing that this is what's happening, okay? If it doesn't, you can blame me and you can do whatever, but I really think this is lining up perfectly for that. If it's not on the books, it's a perfect opportunity to do that, okay? What better way if there were people, if there was a system running the world that was evil and corrupt and they used mass shootings for distractions and to get what they wanted, the best way to take them down were to be have everybody in their homes for 2 weeks, have no way of contacting each other to know what was going on for distraction purposes, or to oust these, keep everybody out of schools, keep everybody out of the banks, keep everybody out of the army bases where they can't do these mass shootings to distract us. Because it just seemed like, as soon as, it would get close that, oh no, we're gonna lose our power, we're gonna create this shooting in Las Vegas so that we don't get ousted. Now people are talking about that. Now people are blaming this guy. Now people are focused on this for 2 months. That's all that's on the news for like 2 months. And we're going to blame it on this guy over here because maybe he pissed us off, a couple of weeks ago whenever he said that or did that or tried to quit or something like that. Okay. What about all the people who they are doing daily? What about all the people who are they doing daily? What do you mean? What do you mean? Maybe I am not understanding the question. I'm sorry. Can you clarify? I'm sorry. What about all the people? Who are they? We do. But that is the best way to keep everybody out of the schools into their own homes where they're safe. There's no chance that they will backlash if they are being taken out. Here I live for a while are having parties not listed to social distancing or curfew. I know, and that's sad. And the people on spring break that say they don't give a shit. And, yeah, it's crazy. I know. And they're like the millennials, Sorry, millennials. I'm telling you, it's for a reason. It's for your own safety. Yes, to stop you from getting this virus. But there's also a very, very, very underlying reason why as well. I think the virus was just the opportunity to do so, okay? Crystal, did you get kicked out, I guess? It makes me sad that they're not listening to this because, we're not. This is really going on. People are really dying, unfortunately. And, if this other scenario is really going on, then, they don't want to be caught in the crossfires, trust me. These people have done very evil things for very, very, very long time. Many, many, many years. Look at Las Vegas, look at 9/11, look at, the Sandy Hook, look at, there's a lot more. There's a lot. The church shooting after Christmas is human made, like some people are claiming. So I don't believe that it's human made per se. The coronavirus has been around for a while. However, I do believe that it was manipulated from its original form to spread quicker and to affect certain populations higher more than the other. I don't believe it was man-made, but it was certainly manipulated for sure in a lab. Yeah, they made it more effective on certain people than others, certain areas. I think I said the last time, our world is science has really stepped up their game. They're able to have bacteria or viruses go after people with blue eyes if they want to, brown eyes, or one blue eye and one brown eye. Let's see how many people we have with blue eye and brown eyes, because then we know how many people died. Then that's how many people have blue eye and brown eye. One blue eye, one brown eye, I mean. Okay, I asked them mistake when they asked me if I would be willing to go to testing sites and urgent care if needed. Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah. I could not say no, but I'm so afraid. You know what? I know. All you can do is protect yourself, hon. And let me tell you one thing. It's not as deadly as what they're saying it is. Someone your age might feel a cold for about a week and then it would be back to normal. Okay? The mortality rate on this is only about 2% right now. And I got curious and I researched the death toll of the common flu. The common flu last year, it estimated that it killed 550,000 people worldwide. That was the regular flu. Was it 5? No, it was 30 million infected with the regular flu worldwide. Kills 550,000. And look at the numbers that they're saying with this one. Doesn't make sense as to why we're doing all of this for something like that. There has to be more going on. There has to be more going on. That doesn't make any sense. For the common flu to kill that many, and we're only up to 10,000 on this thing? That's less than 1% of the common flu. There's obviously something else going on, and this is just the opportunity, okay? The media is making it sound horrible is because they want this to be a fear-based. And let me tell you, the people that run the media understand that whatever our consciousness focuses on makes the reality that we're in. They know that. That is exactly why some of these things have gone on, because it's about how many people are watching. It's not about how many people got hurt in this bombing. It's about how many people were watching with fear, because they understand where our emotion is, where our consciousness is. That is exactly what reality is manifested, okay? So if we're watching all this fear-based propaganda on this virus, then and that we understand that this virus is so deadly and we got to stay away from each other. We're making it out just like the 1918 Spanish flu that killed so many people. Did you know, and you can Google this yourself. Actually, no, you can't, because they took it back. They took it out. One time I Googled what they did in the Spanish flu. Everything that the protocols they were doing for the Spanish flu were doing. They told people to stay 6 feet away from each other. They gave everybody masks. Okay, they told people they had to wash their hands for 20 seconds before they did anything at all. Stop touching your face. Right? Everything is exactly the same. So, yeah, they're making it out to be, because they want it to stay in our consciousness. If we think something too long, then that's how it's going to be. If we're constantly thinking that we have this, we're going to manifest that we have this. That's where our emotion is. Okay. That is exactly why they're making it out to be that way. Okay? Yeah, they want us to manifest this. Yes, exactly. I advise you to stop watching the news. Yes, absolutely. I'm advising you to stop watching the mainstream media anyway, okay? Mainstream, if it's not mainstream, it's okay. What's his name on Fox News? Carlson. Hold on. Carl, hold on a second. There are a few people on Fox News that are okay. Hold on. Tucker Carlson is okay to watch. Sean, if you can get past his personality, he's okay to watch. And there was one more. Okay, well, I'll post it on the page, but Carlson's an okay one to watch, but everybody else, no. Just if you just need to stay informed. But yeah, no, turn off mainstream media, nothing. I'm serious. Because it is leading you into a fear based timeline, and we do not want to go there. We have done all this work to go into a peaceful, loving, compassionate timeline. We don't want to F up now, okay? And it wouldn't be our fault. We wouldn't have known any better. And they know that. That's the point. That's the point. Okay? Fear destroys the immune system. Absolutely. You sneeze further than 6 feet. You really kind of do. Let me give you another secret. Those surgical masks that they're telling us all to wear, they don't do shit. Okay, this virus is a small droplet virus. Those surgical masks are only protecting you from large droplets. In order to absolutely protect yourself, you're needing an N95 mask, which apparently is in such low supply right now. It's stupid. Um, but if you can come across one, then so be it. Good for you. It's stupid. Some of the nurses in the hospitals. I don't work at a hospital. I work in patients' homes, but they're having to reuse masks. Let me tell you something. Whenever I work, I'm a home care nurse. I work hospice. I go to people's homes, but I have an office that I go to for supplies. Whenever I needed supplies, I just go to the office, pick it up, and leave, and then start my day. Okay? Um, Anytime. Alright? And then I just told them what I got, and then they would order it and replace it for every nurse that would come in there, or they just get one big order once a week or whatever. That was never a problem. In fact, we had an overabundance, right? All of a sudden, we hit a crisis, and there's no supplies in sight. Does not make any sense. Does not make any sense. When we did it the most. There's something up with that. I mean, really, that's not right. Not right. Everybody should be questioning what the F. Okay, seriously. That ain't right. Okay? All of a sudden it's an issue to get it. And we're having to they're not even having N95 masks available to the company. Like, it's not their fault. The company isn't getting them in either, It's their supplier isn't giving it to them. So we're having to get them from, by chance, our friends and family and that have it. What? No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Be questioning what is going on there. Okay? But we are getting galactic help. I will tell you that very, very much. We are getting galactic help, which is exactly why I am saying that I do feel like this is going to disappear just as fast as it came in. I feel like it's going to just, and then nobody's going to hear anything about it ever again. If they're helping, then that's what we have to look forward to. Oh, that's okay, Larissa. But you know what? As I said before, the human nature has always been every man for itself, except for in a crisis. And then all of a sudden, we're like, let's help one another. Let's help our neighbor. Who needs help? What can we do? Unfortunately, that's how humans are. So, really, it's bringing us all closer together because we're banding in on this. We're becoming more assisting in service to others by in this crisis. I mean, it sucks that that's the way it's got to be, but you know, with every crisis or catastrophe or apocalyptic anything, that's how it's been. You know, my stuff is my stuff until there's a crisis, and then it's my stuff is my neighbor's stuff. You know, that's okay, Larissa. That's okay. You definitely have to go back and rewatch. I've been on a couple of tangents. I see us urging caregivers, bigger hearts, closer families. Yeah, oh my gosh, absolutely. Yes, because everybody's kind enough to look out for one another because they know what it's like to be in that predicament. And that's the whole point. That's empathy. Empathy is starting to come back. That's awesome. Okay. But yeah, you guys, unfortunately, humanity sometimes only bands together when there's a crisis. But again, I'm going to repeat this. Again, we are getting galactic help. Okay, they are coming in. They can only interfere so much, unfortunately. So they kind of have to do things on a, I don't know the right word for it, but inconspicuous, I guess, is a word for it. But they are assisting us. And honestly, it's got to be about how we are responding to it. If we're responding to it in a fear type situation, then it's going to be worse. But if we're responding to it in a situation that's understanding, you know what, if I do happen to get this, I happen to get it. You know what, it's going to be treated or as best as it can. And the medical professionals are very nice to assisting me and helping me get over this, and it's a learning opportunity for me because then I can sit and relax and read and learn more about me and my shadow self and what I've got to heal. How you're responding to this virus dictates what you're supposed to be learning, okay? To anything, all right? Honestly, not just this, but specifically right now in this situation. How you're responding to it is what you need to be healing. If you're responding it in fear, then you've got some fear that you need to release and purge, okay? And then maybe you would respond to it in fear. Maybe you would respond to it in understanding if you if you already purged that, okay? Okay. And I'm not saying people aren't dying. I am, but they are, unfortunately. Those are the very sick, and 80% of Chinese men, apparently. Okay, I meant to be journaling. Yeah, we're supposed to be journaling, yes. Definitely, that's also something that I would recommend. Journal during this time. Every day, journal what is going on daily on a day-by-day basis. This is once in a couple millennia thing that's happened, hon. It's happening, guys. Yeah, start taking a journal. Unity in the community and on a global scale is what we're seeing right now. This is exactly everything we've been working for. Unfortunately, it happened this way, but yes, this is everything we've been working for. Unity in the community. I never understand people without empathy. It's always blown me away. I'm the same way, and I was thinking the other day about like narcissistic people, and I can't, I have a hard time with that because I don't know what it's like to not have empathy, and I don't understand how people would not have the gift to feel what others are feeling, but they do. Some people just don't have that. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it because my whole life has been empathy, whether I realize that's what it was or not. My whole life is empathy. My whole life is feeling what other people feel, and I it's hard for me to believe that people don't have that ability, but they do. Yeah, absolutely. And we need to stay calm and happy and trust the divine plan. Yes, we do. I send love and protection to all of you. Thank you, Miss Larissa. I'm going to start journaling. Tons to talk about. Yeah, and yes, and for the rest of you, absolutely. Definitely be journaling. Are there any more questions, guys? I do want to start this crystal bowl stuff here behind me. I'm going to do about maybe 10 or 15 minutes as a crystal bowl, but I want to make sure that there's not any more questions. I feel like I'm missing something out. I feel like there was something else. So, Trish, why are people hoarding TV? I asked my guides that before I came on, and I know this is gonna sound fucked up, excuse my language, but it is really fucked up. So, I told you before that the powers that be, okay, they just want us all in fear and all that good stuff, right? If we're missing one daily essential item that we need, like we can't go without TP, right? Nobody can. Then we're gonna be even more fear. It's not that regular people are hoarding it. I feel like there's people that are sleepers that are like spread out around towns randomly in cities and shit, or they either have some kind of a implant or something, because this happens, okay? And this thing is turned on and it tells them that they need to go buy 18,000 cases of toilet paper and then bring it back to their house. I don't think it's regular people doing it. I really don't. Because I watched a video, and I'm going to tell you why I think this, and then I brought it up to Mayala, and she didn't say yes or no, but she did this. I was watching a video that somebody was recording a woman that she was loading like cases and cases. I mean, you're talking like 3 dozen cases of toilet paper into the back of her truck. And people approached her, and this lady was recording her, and she was asking her questions like, why are you doing this? There's nothing for anybody else. You don't even need that much. This is stupid. And it was like this lady was in a daze. She was like in a trance. And finally, she looks up at the phone that was recording her, and she's like, she stared for a minute like this, blankly. And then she goes, well, they sold it to me, I think. And then she goes back to, I have to find it and post it on the group, but mind control, that's evidence of mind control. Okay? No normal person would do that. That doesn't make any sense. And then I went into Walmart myself today I had to get diapers for the baby. And everything else is stocked. Hamburger, bread, milk, everything else is back. Why is there still no toilet paper? That doesn't make any sense. I was able to get 2 packs yesterday when I went there for something unrelated. There happened to be 3 packs left, and I took 2. I wasn't going to take the last one. I'm not like that. I didn't even want to take the second one, but I kind of needed it, so. I feel like these people are being guided to go buy all of this toilet paper because the powers that think they are, that will no longer be, think that that's our last effort to provide us in as much fear as they can. Okay. Because everything is back. Does not make any sense. Stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's not the bread, it's not the milk. You know, it's the toilet paper. Yeah, but you guys get what I'm saying. Okay. Some people are fillers, no souls. That's another thing. Absolutely. Some people are fillers without souls. Or they're just so gone, sleeping, that they're just, more easily manipulated. Absolutely. My neighbor brought us some. That makes sense. Awesome. Awesome. Yep, so I don't think it's normal people doing this. I think it's control and manipulation. Literally control and manipulation. So, and they have no idea this is happening. So that lady probably got home, unloaded all that, and probably was like, what in the hell? What in the hell? Okay. Or they have no choice but to just go along with it. Okay, there are several instances of this, like especially in your elite field. Okay, people are signed on and they literally sign their life away, and then they're controlled, their body is controlled the rest of their life. They don't even have control over it anymore. So they're doing these horrendous things and they don't even know. Or they do know, they just can't do anything about it because it's not them in control. Yep, it's effed up, the world is. And this is what is going to change, though. This is why all this crap is coming down the way it is, okay? I'm sorry, but I don't think it's a coincidence that at first, I know there's more cases now, especially in New York, Aaron, where you're at. I know there's like 80-something thousand, and there was the other day when I looked. So I know that, but at first there wasn't. And at first, it was only these Hollywood elite actors that somehow were coming down with the virus, but nobody else. That doesn't make any sense. That screams something to you guys, or it should. There is a connection there. There is a correlation there between all these Hollywood people that are surprisingly testing positive first. Okay, you should say that doesn't make sense. Alright, you should say what's going on there. There's something to that. There is something to that. And after these 3 days of darkness, it will all be revealed. Let me tell you something. Apocalypse does not mean shaking world, end of the world, lava spewing, fire burning. It does not mean that. Apocalypse means all is revealed. The veil is lifted. All is revealed. Okay, why are you hearing about 10 days of darkness? You know what? I am hearing about 10 days, and then right now I've gone back to my 3 days of darkness that I've heard about. They're two separate things, but yes, they are two separate identities, the 10 days and the 3 days, and they're two different times. What I was talking about with the 3 days of darkness on this particular live feed, Larissa, was that no phones, no internet, no TV, no satellite, no cable are all going to go down, because this is the time that they're going to be making those mass arrests. Okay, where did I leave that? Let's see. It's too stinky to be a coincidence. You got it. The lockdown is a hoax. Yes. You got it. They're a dream of going crazy. You got it. You got it, Larissa. That's exactly it. Yeah, because there is absolutely no coincidence that they would all simultaneously be the first ones to get this. It doesn't make any sense. I'm so sorry, my back is itchy. And it's like right in a spot where I can't get it. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I got it. There is, in the whole world, yes, the lockdown will be like 70 days, not 2 weeks. Well, he did officially just extend it till 30 days. Yep. So, well, he extended it for 30 days. So, it will be 30 days extra. Yes. So this, what she's talking about is, so there was a map that was shown to me the other day from a source that I have, and it's the location of all the satanic temples, and they're spread out all over the United States. And then on an on an overlay, it showed exactly where the first cases of this COVID-19 was reported. The first positive case in each state. Guess what? They were exactly on top of the satanic temples, and then it spread out. Yes, so I will send it to you if you don't believe me, or I will post it on there. Supposedly, how these stars are staying young is they are taking a drug called adrenochrome, which is actually derived from the blood of someone that sustained a substantial amount of fear, usually children. So, and of course, if there was a virus going around, or if someone might have just, accidentally went, oops, 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 okay, here's your drug, okay, here's your drug, and then distributed them out to all these temples, and then that would totally make sense as to how they were the first ones to magically test positive for this drug. Okay? Does that already make sense? Curiosity. Now that's not been proven, but it definitely makes a lot more sense than the latter, doesn't it? It makes more sense than what the mainstream media is trying to tell us, doesn't it? Yep. Oh, that's okay, hon. That's okay, Crystal. I know you got just as much stress as I do, if not more, if you're out there testing. I'm only going into people's homes, helping them die. Helping them be comfortable when they die. Um, so yeah, but I know I'm on the front lines too, but thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for volunteering to do that. I have a feeling if they don't allow us to be making our home visits anymore for safety purposes, they might have us go out on the front lines as hospice nurses. But, I'll do what I can. With me having two itty bitty babies, I don't know. If it was only volunteer, but I want to help, of course. I want to help. But, good night, honey, and love and light to you. Surround yourself. Energetically surround yourself, okay, before you go to work. For all of you, but specifically for Crystal, who's going out on the front lines tomorrow in the testing sites. So energetically surround yourself, okay? Create in your mind a white light bubble, okay? So I call it white lighting. You want to put a bubble around you, an imaginary, energetic bubble. Fill it with white light from top to bottom. And then this is my favorite part, because sometimes you can actually literally feel this, and have it do one of these. Have it like strobe out, strobe back in, strobe out, strobe back in, filled with white light. Okay? And what that does is that repels anything that's trying to come in, because it goes back and forth and back and forth. It only keeps what's in you, and then on the outside, keeps it on the outside. And you can say all day in your mind, I am free, I am healthy, I am safe, I am healthy, I am safe, I am free. Don't say I don't have the virus, because don't have is a negative connotation. So that's kind of adding more to the possibility of containment. So use I am happy, I am healthy, I am free, I am safe, okay? Instead of saying I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. Because that's more of a negative thing. Okay, and it may actually attract it. Okay. Not testing yet, but soon. Gotcha. Okay, for helping people cross lovely. I really do love my job. I know that sounds strange, but I love working with the terminally ill. I think that it's really helped me in my spiritual path, like 20-fold. I mean, really, I love it. I love it. Okay, for everybody else as well, you, of course, that is a great practice. Great practice. Just remember with anything that we're doing, when we're trying to stay away from something or say, or not say something or whatever, don't say, I won't do this, I won't do that, I won't do this, I won't do that, or I'm not going to have this, I'm not going to have this. Or instead, turn it into a positive, turn it around and say, okay, I will do this, I will do that. Okay. Or wait. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting myself confused and I almost went into like a trance there. Okay. I'm going to take a few deep breaths here. Bear with me. I did this the last time. It's almost like I got interrupted. Okay. So instead use positive acronyms like I am happy, I am healthy, I am energetic, I am safe, okay, as opposed to using the negative connotations. And then, that boosts your confidence as well because then you're focused more on a positive outlook of things rather than using even not as a negative, just the word not. So, okay, apologize for that. Sorry, sometimes that happens. It's like I almost went into like a trance, which maybe I could have channeled, but so maybe I'll try it again. Thank you, Bull, for being on the front lines. You are the heroes. Thank you. Namaste. Of course, of course. There is not one nursing, field that's the same. That's what's so wild about, or wild variety about nursing. It's just, and it's all the same right now, though. It's all the same right now. Rubber white bubbles. Yep. Back the light up to the negativity. Okay. I gotcha. Okay. I will take a couple of more questions, and then if anybody does have any, and then I will start the singing bowl session. For those of you that don't know, I really am going to start doing singing bowl sessions, and I can do them remotely via FaceTime or video chat. The point is, yes, you are not going to be in the same room, but the point is hearing this frequency. Okay, because then the frequency will meet you anywhere. You don't have to be next to it to get the vibration. Okay, you can be, as long as it gets into your consciousness. Okay, you're hearing the frequency. And then the frequency is going through your energetic body and your light body and your emotional body, so you can hear it and you will be able to see it. Okay, like I said, video chat or FaceTime or whatever it is. So I want to start doing those sessions. So I have not yet created a price range for certain amount of sessions. I know I want to do like a half an hour, I think is usually the max, because it's just so much, work involved in that. So I'll come up with a really good price range for you guys. But I tell you what, I love these, and I've been doing them before I go to bed every night since I got them. I do have the crown one that I'm going to be working on tonight. It's the B note. Um, it's the it's made for the crown. Okay, just gorgeous, isn't it? And then I have my actual set coming, my rainbow set. I'm so excited. And then that has all of them. So that's going to be the ones that I'm going to be doing the session ones for. And it'll have all of them, so you'll be able to get from the crown down to your toes. Okay? You're going to be resetting your crown to your toes. Okay, just wanted to give you a little preview though in there, and then I will go over and play it in just a second. I think somebody's got a question here. Signal is coming in and out on my end a lot. Okay, I'm sorry. Your home care. Are you able to give facial sponges with real sea salt? No, but I wish I was. That would be cool. But in my state, you have to be an anesthetist to do that. I think a nurse that doesn't fall under the umbrella of nurses. But the changes that we're going to be seeing may seem scary, and they may be marvelous at the same time. But I want you guys to know that this incredible time here on Earth, everybody has started to band together, and that is exactly what we like to see. It's happened so many times in the past, yet so many times it has failed. Yet so many times, it's right on that line. But the most you guys can do is what you're doing right now in creating the best lives for yourself and those around you. I want you guys to know that you're being cared for, you're being watched, you're being manicured, you are very loved, every single one of you. And at this time, most of you have awoken enough to realize that there is just such much, much more governing force behind this than the normal thing. This is not a normal thing. Okay? It has been manipulated from the inside. Therefore, the helpers, extra dimensionals, have manipulated it from the outside for the better. And we're going to get through this thing one by one. You are not been given the right information on the statistics. Okay? In your mind, look at where we are now and extrapolate that information for the next phase. The information is not valid. The information is not correct. Look inside and you will find that truth. Look inside and you will understand why you are not being given the right information. Why you are not being given the right information is because there are certain people that are losing power. They are losing their struggle. They have thought they have been in power over the last several millennia. However, one man has changed that, and one man will continue to change that, and one man will be the governing force. Okay, with the help of 7.5 billion people on this planet that will follow under one umbrella and move this planet onto the next phase of evolution. But we must continue to do our inner work and love ourselves, love our neighbor, love one another, love our children, and teach the next generation, our children, the love that you have learned from having to go through this, and the compassion that you have learned from having to go through this, and before, of course. Teach them to guide their peers Teach them not to overlook somebody in need. Teach them to understand the value of humility. Teach them to understand patience and why one must wait for the best if that's what the best has been wanted. Teach them that the generation before them was elevated enough to understand that they cared enough about their planet and their consciousness to change the whole regime and create a whole new planet of love, of peace, of high frequency, of technology far beyond anyone's imagination at this time. It will all be revealed in this generation. And this generation has been waited for a long time coming. A long time coming. 2 attempts have been made in the last 25,000 years. Specifically, though, in the last 12,500 years to make this change. Each time has failed. This time we are farther along than any other attempt. Therefore, we are under the understanding that this shift will take place. And most of you have reached the critical mass of expansion. And expansion, acceleration, ascension just means that you're going to be able to experience processing speeds faster than your common computer. You're going to process, execute, understand, process, execute in less than 5 minutes as opposed to your half an hour that you do now. The language will be the same. Thinking will not be the same. Seeing will not be the same. Seeing, you're going to be able to see light spectrums that you didn't know existed. So there will be an adjustment period so you don't walk into stuff per se. Okay. There are things that are not physical but are solid. But they're not physical, but they are solid. Take me, for example, Mayalaya. I have a light body, yet I see myself as physical. Yet, Trish sees me as energetic. To her, I'm energy. To me, I'm physical. Because at my frequency, I am living my physical reality. Your physical reality, third density, resides at that frequency. At this frequency, everything is at your frequency, everything is physical. Okay? At my frequency, everything is physical too. Okay? But there are even levels above me in frequency level that is energetic to me. However, it is physical to any being that may reside there. So when your scientists are looking on telescopes out of your largest telescope in the world, per se, or the Hubble, when they are looking and they're looking at planets in third density on that certain frequency, they see nothing. But they don't understand that they're not tuning into the right radio station. If they were to turn the radio station to, say, he's looking at 30 hertz, pointing at 30 hertz right there. If he were to turn his radio station to 50 hertz, he's in a completely different vibration range. He could possibly see beings because he simply shifted to the other frequency range. Okay. Okay. And now I'd really like to start the singing bowl session. I think Mayalaya kind of took the reins there. I'm gonna make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, cool. I'm making sure I didn't miss any questions. You guys know I hate missing questions. Are you guys ready for this singing bowl session? I'm going to be sitting on my bed. I only have the one right now. I promise whenever I get my whole set that I am going to be giving you a free session, a free live feed session. Of these. And now she's got me all flustered. Oh my goodness. She's like came in and took the reins, and I didn't even know what was going on until I was already in there. Very peaceful though. It's not like not like a possession or nothing. I could still understand what was going on and feel it and feel every word. And she allowed me to come in when I wanted to. That was just kind of quick there. I'll tell you what, there is a sense of, and the reason why is because there is a sense of urgency right now with getting the messages out and preparing people that these days of darkness is a good thing. You know, so don't freak out whenever it happens because the evil is finally coming down. That's what's happening. The evil is finally coming down. So know whenever this does happen, or 10 days, or however long it is, you know what? It's a good thing. And you're good. Because if you're not the one being arrested, then you can probably tell that you're on the good side. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take a drink, and then 15-20 minutes I say of this. Okay. I think you guys might get my kitty in the picture too. Okay. And actually, give me just a sec. Hi, cutie. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a minute. The light has won. You got it. Okay, I do have my trusted smoky quartz crystal here with me. I'm no expert, guys. That's why I am going to be becoming certified officially on how to do this. I don't know if you guys can hear me back there. I'm sorry. I am going to be becoming certified in the next coming few weeks here. Week or two, actually. As if I don't already have enough going on. Okay. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to grab my phone. I do not like missing any questions. Miss my kitties. Yours is beautiful. And actually, I think he's scratching at the door again. Nope. I thought he was. Okay. He usually doesn't like to be out there if I'm in here. Okay. Now we're ready. Feel the energy reaching down into your crown. Focus your intention on your crown. Focus here. All your energy is coming down. All the energy from Source and loving universe. Reaching your crown. Cleansing is coming in through your crown. Going down your head, through your neck, down to your shoulders, down your chest, down to your belly button, just touching your belly button. Can you guys hear me when I'm talking? It's going down to your hips now. Feel it warmth, light, tingly, fuzzy, warm feeling. It's cleansing. It's cleansing all that stagnant, cold energy. It's warming that. It's so cleansing. Yes, okay. We're going to go back up to, we're going to backtrack, and we're going to go back up to the heart, the chest. Feel this energy that's coming in from the crown. Feel it come down. And it's going to hang out around the heart chakra for a minute. And we're going to have it twirl. We're going to have it go in a clockwise motion around your heart, right there. And we're going to allow that bright, white, beautiful, fuzzy feeling, tingly feeling, go in that clockwise motion there. And keep it going, and keep it going, and keep it going, like a tornado of love, a tornado of energy. And it's white and sparkly and almost like glitter. And it's cleansing, and it's moving, and it's like the Windex, it's unsticking all that stickiness and sludge, and it's just moving and grooving and cleansing and cleaning. It's unsticking everything, all that gunk. And then it's going to go back down to the solar, your belly button. And it's going to go in a clockwise motion there. And it's moving, and it's cleansing, it's cleaning, it's unsticking all that sludge. You know, like whenever you're cleaning your kitchen table and you have God knows what stuck on it. And you're scratching Everybody's asleep in my house. They're chattering all around me. My loves, my guides, my angels. Okay, that energy is now going down to your base and your sacral, and it's doing the same thing. It's moving, it's cleaning, it's unsticking all that sludge. It's warm, it's tingly, it's fuzzy, it's beautiful, it's love and peace. It's love and peace. Okay, and from there, stay there as long as you like. An opportunity, if there is any specific chakra that you'd like to focus on, do that now. Whether it be the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar, the sacral, the base. Alright. I'm going to loud in this because we're going to go back up. So we know it's going here. Now we're just going to loop it, and it's going to go back out into the universe. It's going to go back out to source. So, focus here. Bring it up slowly. That white, sparkly, shiny, glittery light. It's loving, it's healing, it's warm, it's sparkly. It's peace. Bring it right up. And visualizing it coming out of your crown. It's going in one way, it's coming out the other. Okay. Okay, guys. I hope that was okay. I hope that was what you guys needed. Mm-hmm. All right. You're so welcome, guys. I hope that was everything you guys needed. I always end by thanking you guys. Of course, I thank my guys because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know what to say to give me all the information I need to pass on to you guys. I don't do this stuff for me, I do it for you guys. Well, okay, a little bit for me too. I am in on this, whole thing as well, but on this ascension boat, but, mainly I want to help you guys. I don't want to have you guys left behind, so, yes, the light has definitely won. No one can stop what is coming. Absolutely, it's already coming. Yes, thank you guys for joining in. I really enjoy it. I don't know how many we had on for that. I hope we had a decent amount. I wasn't looking. But the replay is always there. So whoever missed it, I will share the ended video to a couple of places. So maybe people can enjoy that individually. Maybe not just in the live feed. So it'll be there forever on the page as well. If you have anybody that you think might benefit from watching, or that might benefit from that at the end, please feel free to share anywhere, everywhere. You know what? It's about the message. I do what I do for the message. I rarely make any money. I do want to do these singing bowl sessions because I'm telling you, I have felt a dramatic change in myself since I started doing these singing bowls, and I want you guys to feel the change as well, and it's dramatic. So that's why I really want to start doing these sessions here. And yes, it does incorporate a little bit of income. My goal is that I want to do this all day long. I want to talk to you guys all day long, or at least several times a day. This is what I want to do. I can't pay my bills like this as much as I wish I could. I can't pay my bills this way. And I don't have enough on the YouTube channel. For some reason, nobody can find me. It's kind of messed up. I'm being censored so bad on YouTube. So I can't even make any money there. But I can't quit my day job because I'm a nurse and I bring home decent check that pays the bills, and I can eat and I have a roof over my head. I can't do that by doing this, and it's so sad that I can't do that. But that is my goal. That is my wish. You know what? And we're manifesting that as we speak. If it's meant to be, it is meant to be. That is my goal, that I wish I could bring you as much messages as I can to help you guys and assist you guys on your journey and keep you informed on what's going on. Because I love you guys, and I love all of humanity, good or bad. They're just confused. And I want everybody to be able to have the tools that they need to come with everybody on this new earth, this ascension, the new plan, the new way of life, to be a loving, positive creature, and only incorporate with loving, positive creatures as well in return. That would be great. I want to live in a world where my daughter can hug everybody as she likes, because that's the way she is. She wants to hug everybody, even a stranger. I want my daughter to live in a world where that can happen. Right now, I have to stop her because who knows what could happen. So, and that I think would help if I were to be able to be available to you full time, day and night. I can't do that right now, but I'm trying to manifest that. So, and with your guys' help. Because honestly, there are 17,000 that are on the main page that follow the page. If every single person that liked the main page subscribed to my YouTube channel, I could have done that a long time ago. I could have been just fine and spent all day channeling and collecting info on YouTube and being able to pay my bills tenfold. But right now, I'm so censored, nobody can find it. Okay. But anyway, I love you all. You're very much. You guys know I'm always open to questions. I want to help as many as I can. If I don't know the answer, then I'll kind of get in contact with my guides. Or if I don't know, I don't know. We can work at it together, and I can give you some pointers on to guide you to the right information that you need. Okay. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here, really. I love you all. I love you all. Some of you had followed me the whole time, like 2 years, and I really appreciate that. And then share and share. I love you. I love you. God bless you guys.